make sure you're subscribed to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? Show us most that's the most. JerCrispy? Welcome back to another video. The state of Playboi Carti. Why did I say Playboi Carti? That boy Playboi Carti. Opponent. My opinion. Whatever it is. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, follow. Social media's gonna pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500 and let's get it.
Playboi Carti's Opium was super active
Opium.
in the year 2025 with all of the artists dropping an album. Obviously Carti finally dropping his long-awaited album Music, as well as the other members experimenting and entering a new era for the future, and also going on the Opium tour as well.
Yeah, y'all tune into my album coming out next month though. You know, type shit.
Antagonist 2.0. But as we are in a new year, that being 2026, and as Carti still has the most successful artist-owned label, let's take a look at the state of each of the artists signed to Opium, as well as what we can expect in 2026. And now starting off with the Opium Prince, aka X-Men, aka Ken Yada Lee Fraser. Ken has definitely had a very interesting year. A lot of people have mixed opinions on Ken's run this year. Obviously he actually did drop more chaos after Music back in April, and he also would get the Carti feature with Off the Meter, and for a lot of people, More Chaos is still seen as Ken's worst album, which I gotta again agree with, bro, not gonna lie. But after hearing this album on the Antagonist tour and just seeing Ken
I got it hear the album to say like misagree, because a lot of people just saying that and they don't even like a few songs off the album. They mess with some songs, but they just don't like the song. They just want to hate just to hate. So like that.
Form songs of this album, like Black Rockstar, Lively, and opening a set with Lord of Chaos, there is definitely some good ass songs on this project. And obviously this album did go #1, so it's crazy how people were calling Ken washed after this album, right? And it's like, yeah, I feel like this album is repetitive, but goddamn, bro, Ken is not fucking washed, like, at all. And he even teased the name of his next album, that being called Experiment, and also teased Lost Files 5. And now speaking of Lost Files 5, Ken would go on a single run this past month, which actually would last like 2 or 3 weeks, dropping songs like Yes, Margella, and Catastrophe. All songs are good, bro, not gonna lie. But him teasing Lost Files 5, dropping a few singles, and then fucking off after, it made no sense. So hopefully we actually do end up getting Lost Files 5, because if not, bro, I might fucking crash out. And also these singles that Ken has dropped hasn't been in my rotation as much. I mean, hey bro, I gotta start listening into more new Ken, bro. I've been more on a Lone Wave this year, which I will get into, but Ken did actually drop a new song with Lone last month, that being called The Acronym, which did low-key blow up on TikTok. I wish bro dropped Game Over the Absolute Grail back in 2022 instead, which this dude can even acknowledge it dropping on his Instagram, but it just never ended up, I don't know, dropping, bro. Looking at what's next for Ken is him dropping his next album, that being called Experiment, and his manager Michi was even saying that it is on the way on his story, and everyone in the comments of this tweet after his manager was teasing it was like, hey bro, if he drops another Chaos album, we don't want it. Which this dude can drop 2 back-to-back Chaos hardcore albums, right? And I'm sure fans definitely want Ken to switch it up, right? Obviously with the album Experiment, I want to see Ken try out new sounds, and he was also saying that he wants to be more melodic and make more songs overseas. So yeah, man, hopefully we actually do get the Experiment soon, and we also might get the Opium Twins collab tape next year, especially after The Acronym did drop. And speaking of Opium Twins, Lone, destroy Lonely. Now, hey man, Lone this past year has become my favorite artist, and literally a year ago when Ken dropped a Great Chaos and after Lone dropped Love Lasts Forever, people were worried about Lone, saying that this dude's fucking career is cooked and this and that. But yo, Broken Hearts 3, in my opinion, is my second favorite album this year behind Music. This album seriously
okay. Hey, I feel like the other album that he was just mentioning, bro, that album is not bad. I listened to the whole album. It's not really that bad to say per se like that. But they had some songs that I ain't brought a little bit of that song. But when you go back and listen to it later on that week down, it's okay. Now I understand what he was trying to say.
shocked me. And I feel like what separates Lone from everyone else in Opium is how creative he seriously is. It's like, bro, on Broken Hearts 3, every song had a transition, which there's seriously some of Lone's like, best work on this project, bro. It's like, bro, I'd even argue that, yeah, this album is up there with No Stylist and If List Could Kill. Y'all and can like, call me like freaking crazy, bro. I don't care. But yo, Lone seriously cooked on this project. And this album is gonna continue to be in my rotation in 2026 and until I die. And I'm looking at Lone's next era is his next album called Drop Dead Gorgeous. And now Lone did tease the name of this like project a bit after dropping Broken Hearts 3. He hasn't teased as much of this like album recently, but he actually did recently enter a new era, dyeing his hair purple, being in his Uzi phase. And he's also spoke a lot on this album, saying that he isn't rapping as much on this album and that he is.
Why he look like that, bro? I don't know, son. Hey, once we get up there, bro, I'm not doing this stuff. Having this, not look. I will dye my hair and stuff. Not like that though, but I will have some grills in my mouth. I'm not getting a piercings like this. Nah, bro. I'm good on that, bro.
And he's also spoke a lot on this album, saying that he isn't rapping as much.
No diss to Destroy London because he actually a cool rapper. One day I do want to do a song with him. So no disrespect, but I just don't understand how niggas be getting like these piercings and stuff like that.
Album, and that he is experimenting a lot on this album, and that he is even singing on this album as well, and that he is going for a more industrial sound. Even speaking on the album's vision, saying that it sounds like if you took If Lust Could Kill and made it take fucking ecstasy, that's what it sounds like. Like, bro, those are the exact words that this dude Lone did say, bro. Which, yeah, bro, if that is you like case, bro, we are in for an absolute classic. Because yo, the If Lust Could Kill era is insane, and he actually did tease some new music off this next album, and it definitely sounds like different. And I seriously love this direction that Lone is going for. Like, definitely sounds like he is seriously like locking in like crazy. And for the first time, I can say that I'm more hyped about Lone's album than anyone else in Opium. Yes, even freaking Carti. Obviously, don't expect Drop Dead Gorgeous till like next summer or like fall probably, but yeah, bro, he is cooking like crazy. And it's like everyone wants that old No Stylist Lone era like back, bro. I mean, hey, I do like too, bro, but at the same time, seeing him experiment and obviously dive into newer like sounds and even like genres, bro, is the absolute W. And same goes for Ken also, as they both are experimenting. And now moving on to Homicide. Again, Homicide hasn't been talked about like that much this year, but yo, they've low-key dropped some heaters now, yo, and they actually would drop their album Homicide Lifestyle 2 this summer, which yo, this is actually a very, very solid like project, bro. I've like said this in the like past, but I just like think this album is a bit too bloated. It did not need 25 songs, but that song Red Rag on this fucking project was actually mad, bro. I remember hearing this song like live at the Antagonist like tour, bro, and oh my god, I was like, ain't no way, that shit fire as hell. And
okay, so like, hold on, Destroy Lonely is part of Playboi Carti shoe. So like, it's Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Pablo, and who else he signed on the on this stuff? Let me know, yo.
Yeah, we actually don't know what's next for Homicide in terms of like album, but recently they have been teasing new music. Even this song with Trippie Redd called Love Is Fake.
Trippie Redd.
All y'all know how I feel about my guy Trippie, bro. Literally my favorite artist of all time, and yo, this shit sounds fucking beautiful, bro. Homicide and Trippie making a love song is actually fucking beautiful, bro. I never thought this day would ever come, but yeah, man. We also still need that song Chop Shop, which was supposed to end up on Homicide Lifestyle 2, but freaking Carti didn't clear the song, even though Homicide is signed to like freaking Carti, bro. So yeah, man. And speaking of being signed to Carti obviously made a second label this year called YVL, which is basically mini Opium, and he also would sign his cousin to YVL, that being Apollo Red. Now yo, Apollo for me has been in my rotation heavy, bro. It's like, bro, that album that he did drop this year, which I forgot the like name, but if one of y'all can drop it down in the like comments, bro, that album was tough, bro. And he's obviously involved in the underground scene a lot with like 9 Vicious, 1300 Saint, and Owe, even beefing Owe, which was like pretty like funny, but apparently like all of them are back on good terms, which is I guess good news for the unemployed. Now I'm playing. And he also did drop a tape that featured Lone and 9, which was like tough, bro. And now moving to the Opium CEO Playboi Carti. Now obviously Carti did have a great year. He actually did accomplish a lot this year, dropping a 34 song album, having a sold out tour and having the highest selling rap album this year. Yo, he was obviously unstoppable this year, reaching new heights, obviously dropping music. And now Music was obviously my album of the year. Again, a lot of people have mixed opinions on this album, Music. This project has aged very, very well for me. It's like every so often a new song on this album comes back in my rotation. So yeah, man, W Carti, man. And after dropping Music, Carti would tease Baby Boy, which was supposed to be Carti's second back-to-back album that he was supposed to drop last year. But we actually will get news that it was supposed to drop before the Antagonist tour, but didn't because of sample clearances. And towards the end of 2025, fans' hype would be brought back with a possible Whole Lotta Red Deluxe on the rise. Whole Lotta Red posters would be spotted all over the freaking world, which...
So wait, you saying we're not getting Baby Boy? I knew we was not gonna get Baby Boy this year, like last year in December. But I know he ain't scrapped that Baby Boy shit.
And towards the end of 2025, fans' hype would be brought back with a possible Carti's second back-to-back album that he was supposed to drop last year. But we actually will get news that it was supposed to drop before the Antagonist tour, but didn't because of sample clearances. And towards the end of 2025, fans' hype would be brought back with a possible Whole Lotta Red Deluxe on the rise. Whole Lotta Red posters would be spotted all over the freaking world, which would arise rumors that a Whole Lotta Red Deluxe 5-year anniversary was on the way. It's like, I had such strong hope that I even saw the posters in person. But according to leakers, it was planned to drop, but Carti's team did end up backing out. Literally biggest fumble ever. Yeah, Carti did and returned to old ways, and he did indeed lie again. But more posters have been spotted in New York City.
Yeah, I don't think I told you we might not even get that Baby Boy till like May-ish, March-ish, bro. Maybe the summertime, bro. If Carti come see the summertime this year. It just depends. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media. They pop on the screen. We're on the road to 500, and I'm